people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 20 of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last time, we went to the Sanctuary Fortress and made our way to the temple, so without further ado, let's go. Okay, so anyways, let's head over to that translator door. Yeah, our main goal is to actually get to the next Guardian, who will actually be in the light world for once. Something that we haven't seen since the Morph Ball Bomb Guardian. I know! Anyways, Mechanobites, wall-walking mechanoid. Mechanicoid uses magnetism to propel projectiles at enemies vulnerable to simultaneous explosive blasts. The Luminoth created the Mechanobite to help patrol the corridors and shafts of the Sanctuary Fortress. It uses magnetism to keep itself attached to the walls and ceilings. In combat, it will fire projectiles towards its target with a magnetic accelerator. It can only be dislodged by simultaneously explosive blasts. Mechanobites self-destruct once they are heavily damaged. Basically, hit it with basically seeker missiles. There. That's how you take them out. Okay, so anyways, let's just make it up. This area is going to be a lot harder to navigate until we get our spider ball, which is why I want to just prioritize getting that. That way, basically, we can just navigate through with relative ease. Yeah, we're going to be encountering the spider ball guardian pretty soon. Yeah, coming from me where I'm like, we'll get to the temple pretty soon. Okay, workers' path. Yeah, more like OSHA violation path. Yeah, as you can see, we can't exactly deal with this room just yet. Power restored to the Connect Orb can. Okay, yeah, there we go, there we go. See, it's always good to scan around. Always good to scan. Yeah, I thought we'd need another power. One that we're going to be getting and one that's a lot of fun to use. And we don't need to worry about that. Anyways, get ready for it. The Spider Guardian. Spider Ball powered Darkling. Target uses Spider Ball powers to cling to walls. It seems to have a connection to the energy system in the area. Overexposure to energy may disrupt it. This Darkling Pillbug has absorbed the power of the Spider Ball. It can travel over magnetically charged surfaces at will. The creature seems to have a connection to the local energy system. Aggravating it may cause a disruption to the system. Yeah, this is the Spider Guardian, one of the most infamous boss fights of this game, because you fight it in Morph Ball form. And in the GameCube version of the game, you did not have the ability of the Spring Ball. So your only form of jumping was Power Ball bombs. Yeah, so as you can imagine, in this version of the game, the Morph Ball Guardian is a lot more manageable. Anyways, hit it. Anyways, just hit it a few times. And then basically make your way over. And then at that point, basically the Spider Guardian will be kind enough to ram into its weak point. Yeah, now mind you, that was the easy room. Okay, so anyways, for this one, come on. As you can imagine, this is not a fun fight. Okay, there. Oh, right, forgot about that part. Yeah, make it harder on myself. Okay. As you can see, we already have a missile. Yeah, even when you're not exactly limited by the... when you're not limited by just jumping, this fight can still be a pain in the ass. Okay. There. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, this fight is even worse in the GameCube version. Okay, there. Okay, and there we are. Okay, anyways, next one. And to think the fight's only halfway over. Seriously, I don't think anyone likes the Spider Ball Guardian. No one likes the Spider Ball Guardian. Yeah, this is the final section. Sorry. You'd think that the Ing would be like, you know what? I'm not going to I'm not going to do a beeline dash into that obstacle. Okay. Okay. Oh, right, you're right, yeah, you have to actually do both of them. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and then you gotta do all three. Okay, next one. Yeah, thankfully this room is pretty manageable, all things considered. Sorry. Go. At least in the Wii version, this is a pretty doable thing. Come on. There. Okay, we beat the Spider Guardian. Okay. Anyways, this is the Dynamo Works. Okay, yeah, this was the thing that was confusing me. This is the thing that was confusing me. Okay, so anyways, with the Spider Ball at our command, we now have full range of the area. We can now just cling the walls, and we can basically just have a jolly good time. But it's just so nice having our Spider Ball back. Oh yeah, right here. Oh, come on. And, okay, there we go, our next missile. Okay, so anyways, let's get a move on. Okay. Now we're free to just head past here. Let this be the final testament of the Warrior Sea Arc. I have no more shells for my weapons. For the enemy I have naught but the blade and fist. Let them come, they want in the works, hissing and slithering like beasts. Let them. When my war cry comes, there will be dread. Final reckoning. Come forth, hated enemy. Let there be an end. Yeah, there is actually going to be a... Yeah, there is actually a Sky Temple key in this area. However, we can't reach it currently. Okay, Lumos Security Sensor Probe. The probe is active. Its transmissions are being monitored by numerous sources. Enemy forces may be using the probe to collect intelligence data. Yeah, just sharing the network with the Umos. No, what am I saying? Umos is the network. Umos is the embodiment of the network. Umos is basically all the data the Ing has. Umos is giving them. Their data is Umos, and their data is Umos, and Umos is their data. Shattered Hope. None of the warriors sent to the Sky Temple returned. Our forces searched Dark Aether for them in vain. Of the energy transfer module, there was no sign. Though saddened, we set out to prepare another mission, to build another module, to try once more to save our dying world. Okay, so anyways, as you can see, we got a missile. However, we have a gauntlet to go through. That's right, we gotta go through an entire Morph Ball gauntlet to get to that missile. Okay, so anyways. What is the purpose of this room? Combat mastery, just... I don't think that the... I was about to say, I don't think that the Luminoth had Morph Ball technology, but they did have the kinetic launchers that were clearly designed for that sort of thing. Yeah, just Umos was knocking off Chozo tech. This is why the Chozo did not like the Luminoth. This is why they weren't saving the Luminoth. Okay. Now for the room of Phazon. Okay. Jump. No. No, get out. Yeah, I love how the Phazon is just perfectly positioned, as if Umos planned this. Umos made this as a torture chamber. I want my Phazon torture chamber. It is my way. Do not mock my ways, fellow Luminoths. Okay, sorry, just was getting a little paranoid right there. Didn't want to fall. Okay, anyways. Huh. This gauntlet was a lot harder than, was a lot easier than I remember it being. Okay. Okay, combat mastery. That's the final mission. That's the final missile that we're going to be getting for the time being. Okay. Reactor core. That's going to be our next room. Okay. Dynamo. Okay, that is not it. Ah, yes, right there. Okay, so yeah, if we go to the left, we'll be able to get it. Yeah, we could also get that key from Dark Aether, though for the time being, that is actually not in our best interest. We have another item that we can get, though, after a little backtrack. Anyways, Ing Smasher. Basically, these are the Metroid Prime 2 version of the Elite Space Pirates. Ing Smasher, Rogue Assassin Drone. Mechanoid capable of generating earth-shattering shockwaves. Energy shield can be breached with opposite polarity beam systems. Designed to fight alongside the Luminol, the Ing Smasher now seeks to destroy them. In close combat, it smashes its... Sorry, just a little gassy. It smashes its energized fists into the earth to send out powerful shockwaves, then pulverizes any immobile prey. It will fire salvos and missiles at a long-distance query. It uses an energy shield in battle that can be adjusted to protect against a variety of beam weapons. The shield can be overloaded by opposite polarity beams, however, damaging the Ing Smasher in the process. Yeah, basically, thankfully there's only a fixed number of Ing Smashers. They're like the Elite Space Pirates. There. Take this! Oh, come on! Yeah, in a lot of ways, these guys are a lot more irritating than the standard space pirates. Than the elite space pirates. Ah, come on. Okay, there. That should be it for the time being. And then the other one's gonna come out. Yeah, but we'll have to fight them all sooner or later. Okay, so anyways. Yeah, we just want to head over to the reactor core. Yeah, basically, we'll really start exploring this area once we get our full, basically get our full arsenal. Which will require us to actually head back to Torvis Bog. Okay, so anyways, let's just get going. And we've made some great progress with getting the Spider Ball. Seriously, the Spider Ball is just a massive win. Harmony class drone, rogue maintenance unit. Okay, roving mechanoid with energy-based attacks. Avoid direct combat. The Luminot designed the Harmony units to be free-roaming, independent cleaning units. They use focused energy beams and kinetic pulses to perform their duties. Unfortunately, they now consider all living things as filth. Oh yeah, we already read that. Seriously, that's one thing that's not really addressed by Umos. The fact that basically there's a robot rebellion on Aether. Basically, just really. Mind you, these robots aren't working for the Ing. They're working independently. They're their own thing. They're their own cadre. The fact that you got some Dr. Nefarious-esque stuff going on here with all the cleaning units. Okay, so anyways, wait. Okay, so anyways, basically use the boost ball and you can basically do a jump. Yeah, this is really... Kibo! Okay, I was trying to be nice here, Kibo. I was trying to be nice here, but you tried my patience. There. Yeah, I just want to keep moving. I don't. Yeah, basically, when it comes to this area, I'd like it more if the enemies just weren't so irritating, you know? Yeah, this is why basically this area just always subconsciously just makes me cringe. It's not so much that navigating this area is a pain in the ass. It actually becomes relatively manageable once you start to get your bearings. But basically, when it comes to the enemies, though, basically the enemies just can be a massive pain in the ass. Okay, we're safe. And now let's head on down over here. And get an energy tank. Okay, so anyways, we got that one. Okay. And now we can just make our way out. Okay. Yep, we're almost out. Okay, we'll get out of here and then basically we'll make our way back. Ugh, we're really low on ammo. Thankfully, the game is merciful enough to consider crates as enemies. Okay. Okay, map station. Perfect little detour. We'll be coming back for that light beam later. For the time being... Yeah, as you can see, this place is massive. Though not too massive. Yeah, for the time being, though, we are going to have to leave and just backtrack over to Torvis. Anyways, guess what we're going to have to deal with? Or maybe it's when we come back. Yeah, it's going to be when we're coming back. Okay, target is part of a light energy processing system. Power from these globes is transferred to other parts of the fortress complex. Security lockdown prohibits local access to energy stores. Yeah, just hearing that Dark Samus theme, those phazon particles. So you know something's going on here. And sure enough, head out here. Yeah, Dark Samus just warps in to destroy a bridge. Everyone is out to just, hey, impede Samus's progress. Just like, screw you, bridge! Screw that bridge! Okay, so anyways, let's get out of here. Aha. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Yeah, basically this is just the tutorial of just, hey, you can use the boost ball. Yeah, though thankfully this isn't too big a hindrance. And even then, basically, you're not gonna have to deal with it for too long. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, so anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode, your review, and hope you come back for the next one. If you'd like to be like, subscribe, comment, share, do as you want with us. See you next time. Bye.